Everything in life is about value. I have to value us more than me. And when I do, I will grow stronger and more healthy in the context of us. That's the great mystery of having a great usness marriage. Because when us wins, you both win. When us loses, you both lose. And I grew up in a home where there was no us. I'm not living that way as an adult. So I've decided that, you know what? Live for us. I like it when I have it, and I hate it when it's not there. It takes two to make it, one to kill it. And here's the thing. When us wins, you both win. When us wins, you both win. And here's a real benefit. When us wins, your kids win. They thrive in the context of a healthy, strong usness marriage. So every decision you make gives you or gives us. There is no other option. It's just the way life is. Now, let's explore something more about this idea of usness. The usness in your marriage is different than you are as an individual. The usness in your marriage would do things that you would not do. Example, Rick Marks, I don't go to malls. You won't see me in a mall ever because I don't like malls. I think malls are a waste of time. So you will never see me in a mall. Got it? If you do see me in a mall, it's because I have to go to the mall. And if I have to go to the mall, I will figure out where in the mall that store is. Park near that entrance, go into that entrance, go to that store, get what I want, and I get out of the mall. You get that? Rick Marks, don't go to malls. I don't like the beach. I live in Florida. My wife loves the beach. I don't like the beach. You know, I told her a long time ago, jokingly, I said, you misunderstand the beach. The beach isn't really meant to go sit on. The beach is a landing platform for the United States Marine Corps to evade something. It's not to sit on for 8 hours a day. I don't like the beach. All right. My wife would never visit a battlefield. Now, I'm a 12-year Navy vet, and I love history. You can see behind me, I got historical pictures from the 1800s up there. All right. I love military history. You can read the books, visit battlefields. Luella would never, ever, ever go to a battlefield. We're different that way. I don't like the mall. But guess what? Us likes the mall. That's right. Us likes the mall. You see, when I go to the mall, I go there to get out. But when us is at the mall, that's not me. That's us. Because when us is at the mall, man, we're walking, we're talking, we're holding hands and dreaming. You see, I don't like the mall, but us likes the mall. Us stay at the mall for hours. But I would not. Us likes the beach, but I don't like the beach. And here's the other thing. Us will go to a battlefield, but Luella would not. You get the idea? Us would do things that you wouldn't do. Why? Because I'm not doing it for me or her. I'm doing it for us. And when you do it for us, there's no negative energy. There's no angst. There's no tension. There's not a sense I've been here for 20 minutes. Can I go? All that goes away. Why? Because you decided that you valued us and you would do that for us. Practical example. Quite a few years ago, I was asked to be a speaker on a cruise out of Miami for a group. And so it was a wonderful time. They actually paid for my wife to go. So on one of those mornings, Luella said, hey, listen, after you speak this morning, the cruise ship is staying at their island all day down there in the Caribbean. Why don't we go and spend the day on the beach? In that moment, I can decide for me, no. Or I can decide for us. And I did. And I said, I can do that for us. And so we had a good time. We got ready. After I spoke, we went over the island and hung out there. And there was no tension. About 4.5 hours into this, my wife, who loves the beach, she's just laying there soaking up sun. I'm sitting next to her. And all of a sudden I start going like this. Just kind of rubbing my neck and had a t-shirt on. I looked over at her and she's laying there with a towel over her head. And I said, hey, are you awake? And her go, yeah. I said, us is down at the beach. Rick's back. And she sat up and she goes, what does Rick want to do? I go, us can't do the beach anymore. I just can't. But I want to go on the boat and just watch a movie and get off the sand and all that kind of stuff. She says, would you like me to go with you? I said, if that's what you want to do, that's okay. If you want to do it for us, but I'm not asking you have to do that. That makes sense. I could do it for a while for us, but at some point, Rick was back. That makes sense. Many years ago, I was given a present by a bunch of friends of mine. It was 3 nights and 4 days in a bed and breakfast in downtown Gettysburg. Now, for someone like me, that's a really paradise gift, right? To be in a historical place where it was a huge battle, that's a paradise gift. But the gift was better than that because the tickets were during Civil War Heritage Week. Now, if anybody knows anything about military history and Civil War history in terms of the national parks, that's when that whole town is turned back into that area. 30,000 reenactors show up. It's during the week of the battle, July 1st through the 4th. So every year in Gettysburg, this happens. I got tickets to go. I was given 3 nights, 4 days in a bed and breakfast. And that big field where all the reenactment takes place, guess what? They gave me tickets to sit in those bleachers in the front. I didn't have to sit in the back or stand up back there. I got to sit out in the front on bleachers in that hot sun every day watching all those reenactments take place. Cavalry charges, mortar fire charges, cannon. It was a wonderful gift. And guess what? They are tickets for 2. I know what you're thinking. You understand what happened. Us decided my brother Don went. That's right. Us decided my brother Don went. Why? Because us knew she had no business being there at that event. Here's my point. Us may not always do things together, but us is always in agreement. And I've learned, don't live my life in a way that undermines us. I need to value us more than me. And I promise you, when you learn to live for us, all your relationships will thrive. Here's why. Every relationship has an us to it. You and I will have an us. Me and my kids have an us. Me and my brother have an us. Me and my mom have an us. Luell and I have an us. And a work team has an us as well. Every relationship has an us. From my worldview, us has the highest meaning in the marital bond, but every relationship has a sense of us to it. And you get to decide how you want to live your life. Live for you, it will be. Live for us, it will be. Don't live for us, it won't be. You get the idea. And everything you do allows you to live for us or live for you. And I have just learned I'd rather live a life of humility, giving to us, because I love the joy, I love the peace, I love the connection. You can feel it. And I hate it when it's not there. And if I sense that us is not in the room, you know what I do? I'll walk a little and go, do you feel on us? And she goes, nope. I go, okay. Let's sit down and talk about what's going on. And this is where in Relate Well, we actually teach people the skills and tools to navigate conflict so you can protect your usness. That's the real key of healthy marriage, is to deal with conflict in a relationship while protecting us at the same time. That takes maturity. We teach the skills and tools. We have the skills and tools how to do that. I raise my kids on those things. Because when us wins, you both win. When us loses, you both will lose. You have to decide every single day, every moment, who do you want to live for? You want to live for you? It's okay. But when your relationships suffer, please don't complain. I always say I'm a psychologist and counselor. I find it very disingenuous when one person in a marriage lives for themselves over and over and over and lives in such a way that devalues their partner. And then the partner decides, I'm out of here, I'm divorcing you. And the devaluing partner is bothered by that. I go, why are you bothered by that? They go, well, they're leaving me. I go, I know. Why are you bothered by that? Well, they're leaving me. I said, no, I got that. Why are you bothered by that, though? They go, Dr. Marks, they're leaving me. And I would say, but that doesn't make sense to me. You lived in such a way that you only care for you. They've figured out you don't value them or us. You value yourself. Or as I had to say to some man here not too long ago, who actually did this for 20 something years in his marriage to his wife. And she finally left him or was leaving him, divorcing him. And he goes, she's divorcing me. And I said, not really. He goes, yes, she is. I go, well, she is in the legal sense, but in reality, she's not divorcing you. He goes, what is she doing? I go, she's releasing you to your selfishness. She's figured out you don't care about us. You care about you. So she's letting you be you now. I think some people earn their divorce because of the way they treated their partner. If you choose to live for us, you'll never go there. Because when us wins, you both win. We thrive when us thrives. And here's the key. When us is strong, you as an individual are strong. You're strong as a person because you've learned to live beyond yourself in humility. Prideful people are actually immature people. Get defensive all the time. Humble people are actually mature people. It takes emotional maturity to live a life of humility. What difference would it make if you chose to start living for us? What do you think would be different with you? What would be different in your relationship? What would be different in your home? What difference would that make as it relates to your children? Live for us, folks. You want to live powerfully? Live for us. Because there's power in living for us. The security, the comfort, the absence of fear, all exists when us is strong. And it's a far better way to live life. So in a small way, maybe I hope I've challenged you to live a life, not for oneself, but if you want to live for yourself, choose to live for us. You'll live a lot better. Thanks. This is Dr. Rick.